Hey everybody, how you doing now? It is 5:16 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. They used to call Daylight Savings Time. Wednesday, the 6th of May, 2015. And now here is my impression of President Richard M. Nixon giving his resignation speech. And it was, I think it was on, wasn't it August 9th, 1974? Anyways, here's his speech.
Good evening. This is the 37th time I have spoken to you from this office, where so many decisions have been made that shape the history of this nation. Each time I have done so to discuss with you some matter that I believe affected the national interest. In all the decisions I have made in my public life, I've always tried to do what was best for the nation. Throughout the long and difficult period of Watergate, I felt it was my duty to persevere, to make every possible effort to complete the term of office to which you elected me. In the past few days, however, it has become evident to me that I no longer have a strong enough political base in the Congress to justify continuing that effort. As long as there was such a base, I felt strongly that it was necessary to see the constitutional process through to its conclusion, that to do otherwise would be unfaithful to the spirit of that deliberately difficult process and a dangerously destabilizing precedent for the future. But with the disappearance of that base, I now believe that the constitutional purpose has been served, and there is no longer a need for the process to be prolonged. I have never been a quitter. To leave office before my term is completed is abhorrent to every instinct in my body. But as president, I must put the interest of America first. America needs a full-time president and a full-time Congress, particularly at this time with problems we face at home and abroad. And let me make one thing perfectly clear. To continue to fight through the months ahead for my personal vindication would almost totally absorb the time and attention of both the President and the Congress in a period when our entire focus should be on the great issues of peace abroad and prosperity without inflation at home. Therefore, I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow. Vice President Ford will be sworn in as president at that hour in this office. And just think, you won't have Richard Nixon kicking around anymore.
And now here's sort of an outtake of the presidential debate, 1980 presidential debate between then President Jimmy Carter and Governor Ronald Reagan. We start with President Jimmy Carter.
Thank you very much, Governor Reagan. I was just talking to my little daughter Amy the other day, and she said, Daddy, I'm afraid that should Governor Reagan become president, he may involve our great nation in a nuclear conflagration with the Soviet Union.
Well, Jimmy, you know that's just not true. There you go again. Yes,